I'm Mrs. Hamilton, this is Mrs. HammyTube, and we are learning and playing at home together. I have Vera Ray back again with me today. Say hey, Vera Ray. And we're going to review some math stuff today, and we're going to be talking about arrays. If you remember, an array is repeated addition in rows and columns. So I was thinking about where might we see an array every day, and Vera Ray and I have, what do we have in front of us?
Hatchimals.
Hatchimals. And if you look at Hatchimals, or even just a regular dozen of eggs in your refrigerator, they're arranged into an array. So before we open our Hatchimals, I want to remind you how to make an array and how to use it to add numbers quickly in your head. So we're going to remember what an array is today, and since it's spring, I thought we could use these cute little chick erasers that I had. Now, an array is going to show us how to take a picture and represent it in some equations. So let me move my chicks, and I'm going to start by making a picture with my little chickies. Now, when I am constructing an array, I have to make sure that I have an equal number in my row that I'm making. So let's see. Let me make one underneath. There we go. Just getting my chicks organized. Okay, so let's make sure we have an equal number of chicks in both rows. It's not an array if you don't have an equal number. Before we start writing our equations, let's count them one by one to make sure we know how many we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 total. We have 4 in the top row and 4 in the bottom row. This is where our repeated addition or our array comes in. We can show this number in 2 different ways. This makes adding easy for us because we can use pictures in our head to help us. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 in my top row, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 in my bottom row. So my first equation to show the total number of 8 is 4 plus 4. Now, there's another way I can show that. Let me move my chicks down, back into their array, and we're going to count in a different way. This time, we're going to count our columns. We have 1, 2 in this column, 1, 2 in this column, 1, 2 in this column, and 1, 2 in this column. Now we can show that 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 is also equal to 8. We have 2 equations to show the same number, and we're repeating the same number over and over, which makes adding easy in our head because we remember how to count by 2s, and so that makes it easy for us. All right, we've got our Glamfetti Hatchimals here, and so we chose these today. Let's take the wrapper off. And those of you who might not know what Hatchimals are, they're eggs, and they have these little tiny animals inside, and they're really cute. So first I want you to just look at my Hatchimal container. My Hatchimal container is made just like an egg container that you would get from the store. So if I open it up, you notice, just like my arrays, you got it there, Vera Ray?
Yeah.
Oh, we have some little extras over here. Here, let me help you. There we go. Just like our arrays, our little Hatchimal trays are made of rows this way and columns this way. So the people that made the Hatchimals took some out for us already. So we have 4 little Hatchimal guys that aren't in an egg, so we'll put those in our array. This guy's stuck. There we go.
Oh no!
Okay, so if I was gonna make an equation with this array, I can represent it 2 ways. Remember, an array is always, can be represented in 2 different ways. So my first way, let's count. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in my top row. Let's make sure I have 6 in my bottom row too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I do. So we can show this equation as 6 plus 6. It's repeated addition, the same number added more than once. And I add it twice because I've got 2 rows. So my first equation for my cute little Hatchimals here is 6 plus 6. And what does that equal? Can you count all of them for me so we make sure we know how many we have? Ready?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay, Vera Ray says we have 12, and we know that 6 plus 6 equals 12. I agree with that. So this is our first equation. There's another way this can be represented if we count it using our columns first. So let's see. We have 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. Look at that. We added the same number over and over again. So I'm going to write that on my paper. You can see it. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 12. Both of these equations show the same answer or the same outcome, but they're visually, we can see them in a different way. 6 plus 6 or 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. All right, so let's open a couple of these Hatchimals just for fun to see what's inside. All right, so we've got our little egg here. We're gonna push on it. Let's see who I've got. Oh, it looks like somebody with some pink hair. Oh, it looks like it might be a little unicorn with pink hair, and she's got glitter inside of her. So she can add to my array now. There you go, little blue unicorn. Here, we'll put her in the front so everybody can see her. All right, Vera Ray, who do you have in your first egg?
I don't know.
You need some help?
Yeah.
Sometimes these eggs can be a little tough. Ooh, there we go. Oh,
It looks like it's cute.
it looks like it's cute, everybody.
I think it's a tiny.
Another pet to join our array. Pull it out, pull it out, pull it out. Does she have it? Just the heads out.
It's a fox.
Oh, a fox? It almost looks like, I think it's a little tiger because he's got little tiger stripes. So he can be added to our array too. All right, awesome. Well, Vera Ray and I are gonna keep opening our Hatchimals and making different equations. But when you're at home, pay attention to where you might see an array. Maybe when you're baking cookies, how you put your cookies on the tray. There's all sorts of places that you could find an array. All right, well, thanks for joining us today on HammyTube and learning about arrays, and we will see you next time.